All on zero, Dos. All on double zeros.
Did you put any bets on the weekend, Benny?
I didn't. I really should have, because I think I picked about 4 or 5 on the main card.
We did talk
cleaned
about
up.
these fights.
We cleaned up. Looking at the results, we would have made some people, and I think we actually picked a lot of method of victory as well.
We did. Yeah, I was as the fights were going on, I was like, man, if I was a betting man, I would have made some money today.
Like we picked. Well, actually, we picked.
Let's go through it. Who do we pick?
I personally got 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I think you got the 5 out of 5.
Oh,
you went Volk over Holloway, didn't you?
I think he'll do it, but I wanted Holloway to do it.
That's where we differed, because I was pretty much a firm Holloway.
Yeah.
And that's where we differed. All right, so let's just start. First fight. So Rebus Van Zant, that pretty much went exactly the way we thought.
Yeah.
Rebus just
great.
She's great. She's an animal.
She's got a lot of potential. She's got a fantastically vivacious personality.
Yeah.
She's effervescent, ever so bubbly.
She's she's going to be huge in that division, I reckon.
She's a smiling assassin is the way I kind of look at her. She came in, Paige Van Zant came in, classic Paige Van Zant.
Yeah.
And then she did she did what she does, and she didn't pull through with the goods.
Nah, literally just got taken down, submitted, boom, done. All right, end of story. Quick recap.
Yeah, it was good.
Rose. Thug Rose.
Man. We picked it.
We did pick it. We picked a 3-round slugfest. And we said that if it went the distance, that Rose would probably win on that she'd have the goods.
Dude, she was looking clean. Her boxing is just so crisp.
How's these for numbers, Dos? Rose, total strikes, 235, 82 landed. Significant strikes, 235, 82 landed. Every strike she landed was classified significant.
Wow. Yeah, she's good. She was picking Andrade apart.
Yeah.
Andrade was having some good moments too, and landing. When she landed,
they were heavy
shots.
Punches. I mean, that's evidenced by Rose's eye.
Yeah,
like, that was closed a couple minutes after that fight ended.
Yeah,
that's power.
She wore it well. That's kind of what we were talking about before. Yeah. It's like she looks unassuming, and when you look at her and you look at Andrade, you go, Andrade looks like she's going to eat her for breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Rose is she's a thug.
She's gritty, man. She is gritty.
Yeah.
And I think you got to put her up for a title fight next, I reckon.
Well,
I mean, she's number 2. She just beat number 1. You don't want her to fight someone lower than 2, because that ruins all the momentum.
Yeah. Well, are you looking at the rankings?
I can right now, yeah. Because if she's just beat number 1, right?
Yeah.
She's got to fight. She's got to fight for the belt.
Yeah, and look, I think she will. It would be silly of her to go backwards. And Zhang is...
What are they, 20? They're bantamweights, aren't they? No.
Yeah. Oh, no, she's strawweight.
Yeah, strawweight. Oh, it's Zhang Weili.
Yeah, Zhang Weili is like...
She's an animal, dude.
She's another kind of animal, and she's ready. So I don't think that Rose is going to fight someone else. I think she'll fight Zhang.
Yeah, I think so as well. 100%.
I
think it's going to be a really tough fight. Well, Zhang beat
JJ.
Andrade, and she beat Andrade in 42 seconds to win the UFC strawweight.
Oh. Yeah, she's
157.
She's full package, man. She's speed, she's power, and she's heart. Like the heart she showed in that JJ fight.
Yeah,
she's a beast. So really, really interesting matchup for Rose. Looking forward to it. I think that's who Rose fights next.
I think so as well. 100% agree.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the heartbreak for Dos, man.
Oh,
Jose.
Dude, let me put it out there. I wish I had a little lighter. I'd light a lighter for my man Jose Aldo right now. He looked amazing. He looked amazing. Until basically the last 2 minutes of that
round 5. Yeah. Bearing in mind, numbers again here. Total strikes, Petr Yan 376, 258 landed. 69%.
Yep.
Jose 157, 83 landed. All of Jose's were classified significant as well.
Wow.
Petr Yan 309, 194 significant strikes.
Yep.
1 knockdown. I said it, dude. Volume punches, forward movement.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that fight should have been stopped a minute, 70 seconds earlier.
Yeah, it was a disgusting stop. It was hard. It was actually really hard to watch.
Yeah. The
Especially
moment
with
Jose was down, hands on his head, and Jan's on top of him, just hammer fisting him inside. That's it. Game over. Done.
Yeah.
He's not recovering.
And he's pissing blood while it's happening.
Pissing blood out of his head. Yeah, that's it. Game over. Like
no intelligent defense.
Yeah, no one would have said that fight should have gone longer if the ref stopped that at that point.
Literally no one.
No one's saying that should have gone longer.
A really bad stoppage up until that point. So yes, Jan was ahead on strikes and probably got a lot of his strikes in that last.
In that last flurry. Yeah, the numbers would have been probably buffed in that last flurry. So it was a very close
It would have been quite
fight.
competitive. It was competitive.
Very close fight. Yeah, it would have been very interesting if it did go to a decision.
Yeah. I think decision, it still would have probably gone Jan's way. But
I think so, possibly with the knockdown and the takedown. And yeah, it probably would have. He would have just probably got through. But yeah, I mean,
he's a beast.
Bantamweight. It's interesting. It's an interesting division. Who we got there? Who we got in the bantamweights?
Cody, TJ, O'Malley.
I love the O'Malley banter that was going on with Triple C. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
Just the go make, don't you have a sandwich to go make in the kitchen that killed me. That just summed up Sean O'Malley. All right. Who's your pick? Who does Jan defend against?
I think Jan's probably next opponent would be, where's Garbrandt? He's like third or fourth, isn't he?
Garbrandt, I believe, is fourth currently.
Who's above him? Oh, Marlon Moraes.
Yes, just tested positive for COVID.
Yeah.
So he's still
no joke, bro.
Marlon Moraes, though, I did read the other day, they are eyeing off Garbrandt Moraes for October.
Oh.
That's obviously shaping up for a number one contender fight.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just brought it up here. So, yeah, you got Marlon Moraes and you got Sterling at 2.
Oh, Aljo.
Yeah, so I think I saw that Aljo said he wants to fight Jan.
Yeah,
he's the fight that makes sense, and Moraes to fight Garbrandt.
Yeah, that's actually perfect. Aljo gets Jan. That's a good fight too, man.
Yeah,
Jan's exciting. He's got a lot of tools, and I think given everyone knew that he was going to do well, there's a lot of hype behind him because he keeps proving himself. But I still thought, given that, Aldo did way better than I think most people were giving him credit for.
100%. I think going into the fifth and being like, Jan's probably won on points, but Aldo could possibly win.
He rocked him a couple of times.
I feel like, get credit where it's due. I definitely think Aldo's could definitely go a couple more fights if he wants. Yeah,
it's like he almost doesn't have to.
I don't like... It's one of those ones, to be honest, you look at it, who's above him, he's probably 4 or 5 fights from a title fight again.
Yeah.
So you think 5 fights, 2 a year, that's about another 2 to 3 years.
He's 33 now.
Puts him at 35, 36.
Yeah.
I feel like he's really got nothing to prove, really.
No, he's a legend of the game. And,
100%.
And he 100% held his own. And
100%.
That's given that there are literally 10 plus years of footage that can be studied on him.
Yeah, as opposed to, I think, like the 2 fights Jan's had in the UFC, which have been short fights.
There's not much to see. So it's like, well, of course, his formula has been defeated in the past, and the way has been shown, basically.
You're right. The ways to exploit Jose have been shown by fight at Holloway, those types of guys that have really taken him the distance and beat him, which is volume forward pressure.
Yeah.
Like, that's how Aldo wins. Aldo wins by being the guy that's coming forward.
Yeah.
So he can get on the front foot, kick the legs, work the body, and he showed that in the fight against Yan. When Jose was coming forward, he looked dangerous and threatening.
That's the other thing too, is he was throwing leg kicks. He hasn't been throwing leg kicks for whatever reason. For a while.
Yeah, not many at all.
Which was really weird because that was like his
go-to, just soccer kicking people's knees apart.
Dude, soccer kicking people in the head back in the old days.
It was one FC, mate. That's why Brandon Vera is champ over there, because he can just stomp anyone. Have you seen the footage of him?
Nah.
Oh, mate, go look at Brandon Vera, 1FC.
Right, just killing it.
He just punt kicks people's brains away. But I mean, hey, he's a good fighter and he's big and he's got strong leg kicks. So
totally,
the fact he can kick dudes in the head over there obviously works to his advantage.
I'm keen. I'm going to check that out now on your recommendation. What does that bring us to, Benno?
The robbery. Were we classified as the robbery?
Of course, it was a robbery.
I personally had Holloway winning 3.
Yeah.
I don't understand personally how Volk won.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the takedowns that secured it for him, and it's a case of, it's a tight fight, go with the champ.
Yeah.
As we have seen previously, John Jones Gustafsson went that way. A lot of people could think that. I think George St. Pierre, Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah.
There's another case where I, again, personally thought...
Hendricks won that, for sure.
Hendricks won that very easily.
Hendricks was probably most definitely on PEDs at that time too.
I mean, the segue.
Yes.
The PED testing, when they got rid of all the HGH testosterone replacement,
I
believe you and I have talked about this previously, the win-loss column speaks for itself.
Yeah.
All the fighters that got taken off TRT just went on a massive downward spiral, and they all looked tired. Vitor, Henderson, Bigfoot Silva, They just looked shadows of what they used to do. Alistair Overeem got punished by everyone until he's on a bit of a resurgence now, obviously.
Yeah. Overeem was awesome.
But, those fights were... It just speaks for itself. Johnny Hendricks. Mate,
His career just dropped off a cliff after that. I think he only fought
like 4 or 5 times after that and then fell off the face of the earth, didn't he?
Yeah, but every fight after that was basically after.
He never looked the same.
Who took it off him? Was it Robbie Lawler? Robbie Lawler.
Yeah. Correct.
And then Robbie just had his reign and had those epic fights with Rory McDonald, and everything went really well.
My favorite fights to watch are the Robbie Lawler, Rory McDonald. Again, I think Rory almost. You can make a case that he won one of those fights as well.
Yeah, I think he won the first one.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah, because the second one he got his nose broken, smushed.
That was with
splattered.
Was it an elbow or was it just pure jabs?
I don't know what broke it, but the one that finished it was a punch, and he just crumpled. But do you remember as well, Robbie Lawler has had some fights. Remember Robbie Lawler versus Condit?
Yes.
And another robbery, I think Condit won that one.
Yes, I do as well.
So this happens. You leave it to the judges. It happens. They say you've got to beat the champ to beat the champ.
It's what Dana White's always said, and it's kind of, it's true. I mean, you got to convincingly beat the champ, because I feel like, the judges are going to side with the champ.
It makes you wonder, though. It makes you wonder who's giving these refs, who's giving these judges their judge card. Like, especially when you see a fight that's like clearly one person won.
Yeah.
And then I can't bring a fight to memory at the moment, but you see it's scored the other way.
Convincingly as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I honestly don't know. And I feel like from what Dana White said, I definitely think we see a trilogy fight.
Yeah.
It's not often you see a trilogy where it's 0-2, because a lot of people don't see the point in having a third fight that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah.
But I feel like in a lot of people's minds, Max won, and a lot of people want a trilogy fight. And to be fair, there's really no one.
Who does Max fight?
Well, there's really no one Max could fight at the moment that makes a lot of sense. You've got,
Ortega, who is already smashed.
Yeah, you've got Ortega. You've got Chen Sung Jung at 4. Rodriguez at 5.
Has put out the call to Volkanovski, FYI.
Could be interesting. You've got Magom Ed Sharapov at 3.
Yeah.
But again, like, there's no one really there that screams, hey,
Contender.
this is, contender, essentially.
Well,
that's the thing I think with the featherweights is I feel the featherweight is a little bit light at the moment.
The curveball there is Triple C has said he would come out of retirement for Volkanovski.
Volk, I think, said he's not interested.
That would be the best fight for him.
He says that, but I think you put dollars on a page and say, this is what we'll pay you.
Yeah,
he'll sign up.
That would be the best fight for him. Like, it's challenge-wise.
Yeah.
And financially, I think would be
100%. And at the end of the day, we all know UFC rankings don't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's all about what's going to draw cards. And the only fight for him that is interesting is Holloway. Apart from that, it's Cejudo. That's it.
Yeah.
Me. That's my personal opinion. I don't really see any interest in Volk fighting anyone else.
I would love to see, Chen Sung-Jung, Korean Zombie in any fight is always fun. But
of course, yeah.
I would also like to see Korean Zombie versus Ortega, which...
Yeah, I actually think that'd be a great fight to determine... Probably, you've almost got to do a knockout, really. Ortega versus Korean Zombie.
Yep.
And then Sharapov, you pick a fight for him, for someone, whether it's Holloway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
One of them's got to fight Holloway.
That's it. Yeah. So for me, I feel like Volk's, he's got two options, Triple C or Holloway. Holloway trilogy. Holloway trilogy, I think, would be huge. Especially if they brought it down here to Australia.
Yeah, it would be.
Do a fight card, you've got Volk defend against someone, and you bring Adesanya down.
Bring Adesanya in.
And you just do a double head, Australia and New Zealand champs.
Yep.
Just let them do their thing. You get huge, big numbers. It'd be huge.
Throw Tai Tuivasa somewhere in there.
Bam, bam.
Yeah. People would love it.
100%.
So, it's an interesting one. I think it's a bit of a tarnish on whatever legacy that, or a blemish on whatever legacy Volk goes on to create. Because there's always that what if.
Yeah.
And the trilogy.
It'll stick with him for, a trilogy will help put that to bed, I think.
Yeah.
If he beats Holloway, leaves no doubt that he beat him.
Yeah.
I mean, people will be like, you beat him twice. There's a little iffy one there, but you came back, you beat him again. So.
Yeah. And look, he did make a good point in the post-fight press conference. He said, yes, Holloway had a couple of rounds, but, some would say he had the 3 rounds in this recent fight. But he's like, over the course of 10 rounds, I've had the most.
Yeah.
So he makes a point there, but, we'll see what happens.
You're right. There'll always be that kind of bit of an asterisk.
Yeah.
Next to this, where it's like, did he win because he was the champ?
Well, it's very similar to Johnny. Who were we just talking about before? Johnny Hendricks and St. Pierre. On paper, yes, GSP got the win, but that's the only win which most people would say was a loss. Yeah. And he never got to get a second fight to really
never got to rectify it and really put it in people's minds that he won.
Yeah. Whereas he did that with his actual other losses. He did that with Matt Serra.
Second fight with Matt Hughes, he came out and just demolished Matt Hughes.
Yeah.
And the second fight with Matt Serra, he came out and was like, I'm better than you. Yeah,
totally. So that moves us to, so we've had, and who do we pick? So I wanted Holloway for the trilogy.
You wanted Holloway.
Yeah.
But your heart wanted Volk. Yeah. And your brain thought Holloway.
Yeah.
I'll give you the point there, Dos. Okay.
Woo! Thanks, brother.
I generally thought Holloway was going to do it.
Yeah. The first 2 rounds, he looked great. The third round, he was still looking good, but that was when Volk was coming back.
Yeah. That's when he kind of turned it on. And then, 4th and 5th were definitely up in the air, but yeah. Oh, well, hey, you can't change the results now.
No, well.
Usman and Gamebred.
I can't believe how quickly we've gotten to the main event. Our pre-fight, when we were talking last time.
We had a lot of segues, Dos.
There were a lot of segues, yeah.
We went down rabbit holes, mate.
We were taking red pills all day long. How deep does that rabbit hole go?
We'll save that for second episode.
Yes.
Usman Masvidal.
Dude, I fucking loved that. Well, okay, hold on. I didn't love the fight. Yeah. I know where you're going with this. Usman's fighting style.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a, he is Marty Snoozman for a reason.
Yeah.
But Masvidal made it exciting nonetheless. The first 10 seconds, watching Masvidal just hanging on the cage, looking like he was ready to take a nap.
Yeah.
Bell goes off. He just comes out, starts landing kicks. Pop, pop, pop. He was landing shots. And I was like, man, he's going to finish this in like 20 seconds. This is awesome.
Just a longer Ben Askren fight.
Yeah. But obviously, Marty's the champ for a reason. He is a nightmare. His style is a nightmare.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to deal with. And I think there were exciting moments, when he took Masvidal down. Masvidal's bottom game is sick. He was
underrated. Heavily underrated.
They talk about like Carlos Condit's ground game back in the day, how he was able to have an offensive defense.
Yeah.
I saw that in Masvidal. Masvidal was throwing elbows. He was throwing hammer fists.
That's what I think separates the real top guys from the guys that are outside that top 5, 6.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is if you're on your back, if you're lethal on your back, it just gives the opponent another reason not to take you down.
Mm.
And I feel like it just plays Masvidal plays perfectly into his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Because if you go back and if people like when they watch the footage, right, and they go, actually, he's got a pretty sick ground game off his back.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't want to take him down.
Yeah.
You're still then going to have to stand up and bang with him, and the guy hits with bricks. So
yeah,
it's kind of pick your poison, really. So, but I mean, you're right. Like Usman takes him down, and then just gasses him. Does the wrestler gas them, cut off the old hand on the mouth type tricks. You gotta love the NCAA teachings, mate. But hey,
the foot stomps. What was that about?
Everyone loves a good foot stomp, mate.
He was
crushing grapes. That's what we're talking about.
He was dishing them out like a fucking pack of Tim Tams.
But who was big on foot stomps? Was it
John Jones?
Yeah, John Jones loves the foot. He loves
he froths a foot stomp.
But I mean, you pin someone up against a cage, it's always foot stomp the shit out of them.
It's old school. I'm personally of the impression of the
bad
belief.
Sportsmanship.
I just think it's uncalled for, and here's why I think it should be outlawed in UFC.
Go on.
The amount of tiny little bones and ligaments, like it is actually a really delicate part of the body. Yeah. And if you're breaking someone's metatarsals and all their little bits in between. It's
such a long recovery as well. That's the thing.
It affects everything. Yeah. If you're fighting, you're on your feet. If you can't move your feet properly, if you can't get your balance properly, it affects everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, they're not allowed to bend each other's fingers back.
But you could just curb stomp their bones into oblivion in their foot. Yeah. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
So I felt like that was a dirty, but nonetheless, Jorge just eats them for breakfast, doesn't even care, smiling the whole time.
Really showed no signs of them really bothering that much at all.
He's a gangster. He's a straight up gangster.
Yeah.
And he took the loss in his stride. I've watched a few post-fight interviews since. He's taken the L like an absolute champion. He's lost no stock. People still love him. He made a ton of money, I believe, in the process.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah. If anything, his stocks probably went up.
Yeah. Well, 6 days notice.
6 days notice to go 25 rounds with the guy that has a huge gas tank.
Yeah.
And he stuck with him the whole way. Like, full props to him.
Yeah, admirable, commendable.
Solid effort. Very good effort. But
that begs the question then, like, who's next? Who's next for both of those guys?
Okay. We got Gilbert Burns.
Obviously, he was the one that was supposed to fight. He'll be next for...
He's got to be next. The fight I would love to see is Gamebred versus Covington.
Really?
Yes. You've got Gamebred at 4. You've got Covington at 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think that fight, and I mean, you've got Leon Edwards at 3, right? But let's just push him aside for 1 sec. He doesn't care. He can fight Tyron Woodley or something. Gamebred. UFC's got to, I guess, make the most of Gamebred while he's on this massive hype train, right?
Yeah.
Everyone loves to hate Colby Covington, man.
Yeah, they do.
Just let him fight it out. the trash talk between the two of them, like you got the BMF belt holder
Yep.
versus the guy that everyone hates in the UFC right now.
Yeah.
Loves to hate him. Great fighter, don't get me wrong. Colby Covington, he's solid. He's legit. Yeah, he's just a more modern. He's a modern day Chael Sonnen.
Yeah, he is.
He's just taken it probably to a dirtier. I don't know. I mean, Anderson. Yeah, what Chael said about Anderson's wife and making him a sandwich and slapping her on the bum and stuff. That's pretty dirty. But I mean, that's still one of the greatest. It's one of the best press conference burns I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Masvidal Covington, huge fight. Make it for the BMF belt.
Yeah.
Add more to it. Make it for the BMF belt. Covington said that he's actually the baddest motherfucker in the UFC. Let him fight Jorge for it.
Well, I see. You make a really good point there. You know, it gives no question to Masvidal deserving another title shot if he beats Covington.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm angling towards because he's shown he can go 5 with Usman, right?
Yeah.
For me, my mind, let Burns fight because he was meant to fight anyway.
Yeah.
He fights Usman. Winner of that, champ. If there needs to be a rematch, there's a rematch.
Yeah.
If Usman wins, he fights the Masvidal Covington winner.
Yeah.
If Masvidal wins that, then he's obviously proven that he's worthy for another title shot, right? Because he'd leapfrog Covington into the top 3.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, yeah, you've got Leon Edwards, but you can find someone for him to push over. I think they've got to capitalize on Masvidal, his
and Covington
popularity,
as well.
and Covington, yeah, because Covington's not fought since the Usman fight.
Right. Yeah. Well, he had his jaw broken, didn't he?
He had his jaw broken, yeah. So he's not fought since then. So
he's a tough dude, man. He had his jaw broken in the 3rd round.
It's it'd be a huge, I think, return to the arena if he was to fight Masvidal. It'd be a big fight. And yeah, like I said, make it for the BMF belt. Add a bit more to it. Imagine Colby Covington winning the BMF belt and just calling
it to the White House
straight away. Mate, it'd be on the White House lawn within an hour.
Yeah.
It'd be up the flagpole at the White House.
It'd be so funny. And I actually like him. I think he's really funny.
I think he's good for the UFC.
Yeah. It's a character, man. It's all a character.
It's 100% a character. It's of course it's a character. We all know that.
Have you heard the story how he said he was almost cut from the UFC before he started being Colby Covington now?
The controversial Colby Covington?
Yeah.
The Twitter hero?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it makes perfect sense, man. I think that for me is a fight I would love to see. Covington Masvidal, I think they're both high because Covington's stocks haven't. Yeah, the loss hurt.
Yeah,
but his stocks haven't plummeted as much as other fighters' stocks when they lose a title fight, right?
Well, it's because it wasn't a decimation. It was a fairly even fight. It was
like it still went to the 5th round. There was 50 seconds left in the fight.
Yeah,
and he had a broken jaw for 10 minutes.
That's tough.
Every punch after that's going to hurt. It's going to sap a bit more energy.
And he's a tough style for Masvidal too, because he's actually very similar to Usman in a lot of ways. Forward pressure.
Forward pressure, can take you down.
Gas tank for days. In
saying that, Masvidal does have good takedown defense.
His defense was awesome.
Yeah. He stopped 11 of Usman's takedowns.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. We were talking about the takedown defense rate and takedown attempts last time we had a chat. And we worked it out that every four attempts of a takedown, he would defend 3 of them. And he basically did. Yeah,
he pretty much, Usman tried 16 and he only got 5.
Yeah.
So, there's defending 70% accuracy, roughly like 66, whatever, 67. Huge effort, mate. Huge effort. And like we said, I feel like 6 days notice is a big effort.
Yeah. Obviously he's, he knows
he's always going to be he'll be in match shape, all that type of stuff. Yeah, of course. But, I mean, I obviously don't know what it's like trying to train over in Abu Dhabi. I don't know if the weather conditions or that type of stuff is different. And I mean, going over there and doing all the testing and everything, full props to him. The guy's legit. He's a madman.
It's said all the time, Benno, that styles make matches. And, there are just some people who are always going to be someone else's kryptonite.
Yeah.
And
Chris Weidman, Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
All I'm saying.
That's enough said. Chris Weidman is Anderson Silva's kryptonite. But then you get those weird triangles that happen where it's like, we could look at Dominic Cruz beating TJ Dillashaw, but TJ Dillashaw beating Garbrandt, and Garbrandt
beating Dominic Cruz,
spectacularly defeating Dominic Cruz.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Look, Garbrandt is someone I'm really excited to see coming back.
Yep.
Obviously,
so you want to see? All right. Okay. So
Okay.
You see Sterling fighting Yan next?
Yeah.
Garbrandt versus Morai.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Huge. I agree with that.
That's huge. Morai is a beast.
Yeah.
So that's huge. Yeah.
All right. And then Usman, who did we decide on? Do we see Usman Burns? It makes the most sense.
It's Usman Burns. 100%.
It's got to be Usman Burns.
Yep.
Usman Burns next. When we're not sure,
Yep.
we'll leave that up to obviously COVID.
And Dana.
We're going to have to get used to watching pay-per-views at 12 o'clock on Sundays from now on the old Fight Island.
I'm into it. That was great.
Mate, 12 o'clock's perfect for me, I think. It's fantastic. Yeah. Now, Dos, should we quickly touch on Rob Whittaker, the man.
Oh, the Reaper.
He's back.
Bobby Knuckles.
He's back.
He's back. Who's he? I saw it. Who's he fighting? He's fighting...
Darren Till.
Ah.
It's a big fight. It's a big fight for Rob Whittaker.
I think, especially, people love Robbie Whittaker. He's a super likable guy. He's very good. And he's slightly smaller for that division. So it's good to see the smaller guy winning. Till's a big dude.
Till is a big dude. And I feel
so does that mean Till's moved up to middleweight?
Yeah, correct.
Right, that makes sense because he's too big for welterweight.
Well,
so
where is he? Well, he's the 5th ranked middleweight.
Who did he beat? Who's he fought?
I'll bring it up right now.
Oh, Till beat was it Gastelum?
Yes. Yeah, Gastelum.
Yeah.
He lost to Woodley, then lost to Masvidal, and then beat Gastelum.
That was surprising to me because Gastelum's amazing. Like, I've always said that Gastelum's going to be champion. And he's...
well, now that he knows what weight class he's meant to fight in.
I think... I'm trying to remember that fight. I'm pretty sure it was good. It was
3 rounds. Till won by decision over 3 rounds.
Yeah. Was it UD or SD?
I think it was unanimous, I believe.
Because before that, Gastelum lost to Adesanya. Is that right? Now we're testing the old memory.
Let's have a look at you, shall we, mate?
I feel like Gastelum was right there for a title shot, and I
feel like it was right there right after he beat Chris Weidman.
Yeah, it was. I think he fought Adesanya, and Adesanya beat him, and then went on to beat Romero.
Yes, yeah. So, Gastelum was on a tear there. So he beat...
everyone.
Who's who? Yeah, so he beat...
all former champs.
As we talked about. All right, so from UFC 200, this was his streak, beat Johnny Hendricks. Then Tim Kennedy, legit.
Yep. Both former champions.
Belfort, former champ. Former 2 champ. Chris Weidman.
Champ.
Lost to Chris Weidman, actually.
Right.
By submission. But then beat Bisping.
Champ.
Beat Jacare.
Champ.
And then lost to Adesanya.
Now champ. All he's done is fought the top of the top.
And then lost to Till, yeah. So he's only fought there, the top of the top, since 2016, yeah.
Yeah. And
I mean, the losses to Weidman and Adesanya, they're nothing to shrug about.
Everyone loses to those guys.
They're legit fighters, yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, no, I think that's what surprised me. I was like, okay, cool. If Till beats Gastelum, which he did, then he is a real...
he'll be a big threat at middleweight, yeah. He's right. He was too small at welterweight. No,
he was too big.
Yeah.
Like he got knocked out by Masvidal and he got knocked out by Cerrone.
Mate, don't trash talk my man.
Well, Cerrone traditionally was a lightweight fighter.
Yeah.
And
you wouldn't think him to come up enough and just start knocking dudes out that are legit welter to middleweights.
Yeah, and he's So I think that brings us. So we were talking about, who was the person we were talking about a moment
ago? Rob Whittaker.
Oh, the Reaper. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Reaper's fighting Till.
Yep.
Till's young blood. He's had a win against a very capable Gastelum.
Yep.
Whittaker didn't handle his defeat very well. Like, I think psychologically, he said he's had some depression and all this stuff is kind of happening in his personal life.
Yeah, it's not been smooth sailing for him, the poor man, unfortunately.
So I just wonder if I think Whittaker has all the skills to be champ again.
Yeah, 100%.
I just don't know if he's got the mindset. That's my concern about him. Whereas I look at Till and go, he's hungry. Like, he's young, he's hungry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's it's like apples and oranges. Like Whittaker. Well, I think this is going to set the tone for Whittaker going forward.
Oh, totally.
If he's convincingly beat by Till, I think mentally you're right. I think he's going to struggle.
Yep.
If he beats Till, I think that'll give him that confidence and just solidifying himself that he's like, yeah, all right, cool. Tick that one off. Let's go on to the next one. I still think he's about 2 or 3 fights away from a title fight again.
Yeah.
Me personally, I know he's ranked number 1, but at the same time, I'd much prefer to see Adesanya fight other guys in the division first.
Yeah. Well, their fight wasn't even competitive.
No, like...
Adesanya was just clearly too good for him.
Yeah. So I think there's better options for Adesanya going forward.
Well, who is it? Who are you putting out there for Adesanya? Well, you got Paulo Costa.
I mean, Paulo Costa, man.
They're going to fight soon.
He's ranked number 2.
I think...
It's a big fight.
Adesanya's got that Conor McGregor mindset. He's just so...
untouchable.
Just so sure of himself. And he has the skills to back it. And unlike Conor, he's actually managed to remain incredibly grounded.
Yeah.
I think...
Well, unlike Conor, he's going to make it to a title defense.
Yeah, that too. And I don't think he's out there doing cocaine and hooking up with randos. So I think his mindset is just almost second to none. And I see him winning. I see him beating Paulo. Paulo's a scary, scary dude.
Paulo is a scary dude.
Right, terrifying. But it's that unassuming thing again. Like, you look at Paulo, you go, oh, obviously he's going to smash the skinny Adesanya.
Yeah.
But I just see Rory McDonald, Shay Mills.
Oh, man. That's going to be the pin-up. Can we just have that as the pin-up poster for the podcast opening?
Yeah, we should. So
we'll just have just highlights of Shay Mills, Rory McDonald.
Sure. Yeah, I'm down for that. We don't even know what the name of the podcast is going to be yet.
No.
All right.
And I've heard some rippers, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I had thought of that. Like Sunday Sauce.
Sunday Sauce?
Sunday Sauce is spicy. I like it. But I can't take it because it's already taken.
I was going to say, bro, that's gold.
But I mean, that fight card, it's a bit nothing after that. I mean, you got Shogun versus Little Nog. No one cares.
Why is Shogun still fighting?
Who knows? Why is Little Nog still fighting?
Why is Shogun, like, okay, this is going back in time, right? Yep. Benno. I actually never call you Benno. It's so weird that I've said it 3 times or 4 times tonight.
Take me on a journey.
Old Lenny Biggle, the Stiggle. So here's the deal. I had seen some UFC back in the late 90s, back when, Don Fry, Kimo Leopoldo, Dan Severn, Shamrock, the Tank Abbott was a thing. Yeah. Like, back in those days. I remember seeing it on like VHS and being like, whoa, this is crazy shit.
Yeah, these guys are fucking metal.
But the thing that got me back into UFC, like I saw it a little bit here and there, 2011, I think it was around February 2011, thereabouts.
Yeah.
John Jones fighting Shogun Rua for the light heavyweight title.
Mate.
I rewatched that recently. Shogun Rua didn't land a single shot.
No.
It was the epitome of dominance.
It was for a title fight. Anyone, if you put that fight on for someone, didn't tell them who was the champ, took all that away and said, who in this fight is considered the best light heavyweight in the world right now?
Yeah.
No one is going to say Shogun Rua.
Yeah.
Not a single person that watches that fight is going to say, oh, that guy.
Yeah.
He's the best fighter in the world right now.
He just gets creamed.
Mate, absolutely creamed.
It's worse than Anderson Silva fighting Forrest Griffin.
To be fair, have you seen Anderson Silva fight Chris Lieben?
Yeah, dude. That's
right.
That's A1.
Anderson Silva fighting Rich Franklin.
Yeah. Dude, Anderson Silva any time up until Weidman.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, just beat me.
Bar the Damian Maia fight.
Yes.
That was a weird one.
That was odd. Very odd.
Yeah.
Back on track. Yeah. That's an amazing fight. It actually is, because it just Shogun.
Well, I think that's the point I was making is like, that was the last time that he was really relevant.
Yes.
Since then, his career's been very patchy. He's had some wins. He's had some losses. But it's just like, okay, that was 10 years ago. You're not going to be champion again.
Nah.
You're getting pretty old. What's the point?
Yeah. I don't know. Like that fight just makes no sense to me. I don't get it. I don't know why it's a thing.
Timing is everything. It's like, back in the day, watching Tito and Chuck was the goods, right? That was the thing.
Chuck, Frank Mir, Big Nog.
Yep.
Legit. Such a good fight. Fights, both of them.
Yeah. But then, once they're past their prime, and then, they obviously Chuck and Tito fought again the other year.
Yeah.
And it was just hard to watch. You're like, dude, you're both...
Yeah, you're both shouldn't be fighting.
You just shouldn't be fighting.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree. It's odd when you see guys like that, of what they used to fight like.
Yeah.
And you see them fight now, and you're just like, there's something.
BJ Penn. BJ Penn is the pin-up boy for this.
BJ had a lot of those floggings coming.
His career has just looked so bad.
Gone are the days where he knee knockouts people by bouncing off the cage, predicting the takedown.
Yeah.
Knockouts I've ever seen. Period.
Oh, he was awesome. There was a reason.
He was awesome. He was an animal. But
him and Matt Hughes. Anyway, we're going on.
We need to focus. We need a
podcast name.
Yeah.
So let's just leave it with the viewer, if anyone's watched this far. And
name suggestions. Throw them out, please.
We want some suggestions. And just
as I plugged at the start, if you want to follow me on Strava, track my running progress, keep me honest, it'll be much appreciated. I love the encouragement.
What's the Strava account again?
Oh, just search Ben Little. You'll find me.
Ben Little on Strava, Strava, like guava without the U.
Meryl, if you want to sponsor a podcast.
Meryl Streep and Meryl Shoes.
Get on it.
That.
We will brand. We will sell out for branding.
The sauce. Let's take it. In my head, I'm just going, how do we wrap this up? I feel like we've had some real highs.
Yeah, we need like an outro. We need. I feel like the way to wrap up is once we do a take, like run through a fightcast and we do the wrap up and chat about the results.
Yeah.
I think what we should do is just go like, boom, pick fights next. Done.
Yeah.
The other way we can incorporate is when we have listeners, is you do our picks, listener picks. So like, obviously get through socials and they say blah, 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 blah. And then we just keep a counter with each episode, maybe in the background, like over here.
Yeah.
I have the wall. And it'll be like Dossie's picks, Ben's picks, and then listeners' picks.
Yep.
And we just keep track of who's actually the better UFC pundit. We got ways. We got options, man. We got options.
There's time. There's time. I just feel like right now we just acknowledge that we're starting to do the Shogun Rua. Our prime was probably about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, before we got sidetracked after the Adesanya. We should have stopped around Darren Till, and we're going the Hua. We need to stop.
All right, we're going to stop. We're going to wrap this up. Thank you for enjoying the podcasts.
Yes, anyone that listens, thank you. Your feedback, much appreciated. Let us know where we can improve.
And we'll be back. Our intention is just to do this after big fights.
We'll see you probably in 2 weeks for another episode as we get ready for what's coming up. Holly Holm.
Home?
Oh no, UFC 252. What have we got? Oh,
Cater.
Stipe DC3.
Oh yeah.
August 16th. All right. What's that? 4 weeks.
We'll be figuring out some things before then. But
yeah. Easy. Done.
All right.
Peace out, Dos man.
Go get him, Tiger.